What's up? What's up? What's up, guys? What's up on IG Live? What's up on YouTube? What's up on Facebook? What's up on LinkedIn? How we doing today, guys? Welcome to another call. The Tuesday Growing with Grossi calls. First of all, welcome. I hope you guys all have had an amazing Memorial Day weekend. And for those that don't celebrate Memorial Day, whatever, I hope you had an amazing weekend either way. These calls, man, what are these calls really meant to do? These calls are meant to define the game you want to play. They're meant to define how you want to get started in life. What do you want to change? What do you want to cause and create? You use me here to say that all the time. And my intention is always, and it always will be, is to help you in any way, shape, or form, whether you are just trying to figure this out, to do the things that I do on a daily basis, how to truly get started, how to truly get things done to continue to do every day in life. Like, what do you do? So this applies whether you're an aspiring dentist, whether you are a young entrepreneur, whether you're in school, whether you're a mom, whether you're a father, whether you're a young child, whatever you are, whether you're a plumber, dude, whether you want to be the best plumber in the world. These calls are meant to help you get started and show you the ways and things that I do every single day. And my hope is that you take away some of these tips and some of these tricks that I continue to use and implement them in your life. When you get lost, listen to these phone calls. When you don't know what to do, get back on and come into some of these messages. And for some of you that don't know me, those that are watching me for the first time and are live, I'm Dr. Bobby Grossi, born and raised in Flint, Michigan. And I know where you are. I know where you've been at. I had a single mom raising me, making $18,000 a year. I've actually went to dental school for 4 years and slept 2 hours a day, commuting back and forth with a beautiful wife who, how she stuck with me during those times, I have no idea. And a beautiful child. I have 3 kids now. I know what it's like to just grind it out. I know what it's like to not have things go your way. And I know how painful and hard it can be. And so that's what these calls are about. These calls are so that you have hope. If I'm your string of hope, well, by golly, I'm your string of hope. And we talked about part 1 before, the tracking. Part 2 is if you can track it, you can change it. We're going to dive into the final 5 things you need to really do to track things you want to change. And in our journey towards personal and professional development, because that's what it's about, tracking our changes becomes the essential aspect to our growth. What do you know how to do? How do you know how to pivot? You know, in the mantra, if you can track it, you can change it. That is true. You must track things, your KPIs, your key performance indicators. If you can track it, you can change it. And this encapsulates the significance to monitoring your progress and the growth and to make the necessary adjustments you need. If you can track it, you can change it. It's facts, dude. If you don't know, Grant Cardone once spoke about, you need to know your bank account. You need to know where you stand. What's up, Vienna? You need to know where you're starting out in life. You got to track it, whether it's your weight, whether it's your calories, whether it's your finances, you must track it. These are the key performance, whether you're how many times you text your spouse, how many times you do a touch with your loved ones, right? You must track it all the time. And these 5 elements effectively of tracking our changes will delve into the importance of adjusting and refining your strategies, staying accountable, celebrating the milestones, which we don't do enough in progress, staying flexible and resilient, and engaging in continuously learning and improvement. So one, just with a thumbs up, adjust and refining your strategies. You know, I think of the Miami Heat. I'm glad you invited a friend. What's up? I think of Miami Heat and the Boston Celtics in the NBA championship when I think about this. And I want you, if you don't watch basketball, this happened. There was a Game 7 series. Miami Heat was up 3-0, and then Boston came back and was up got 3 in a row, and then they had to win Game 7. But Miami Heat got punched in the face. I mean, they lost Game 6 by 0.1 seconds. So when you talk about adjust and refining strategies and making necessary changes and improvements to the approaches, whether their tactics and their plans to achieve their goals and objectives, was based on the progress of their outcome. They knew that if they kept doing the same thing, they might not win. So they reviewed their current strategies. What were they doing? They evaluated the effectiveness of what was going on. Sort of the Boston Celtics, what are some of the strategies in light of the progress that were made? What were some of their outcomes that were achieved? What do they want to accomplish? Well, how do they win Game 7? So then they identified the areas of improvement that were needed. They identified the specific areas. They identified what strategies needed to enhance. They refined their processes. They targeted different points of the game or audiences, if you will, in business, and then explored new avenues, right? Then they analyzed and got all the data. They got all the data. That's 3, analyzing the feedback of all your data. They gathered all the information. They analyzed it, all relevant metrics. Were they out-rebounding them? Were they not? And then they made the adjustments and refinements. This is what I love about sports. Sports in life, tracking stuff, analyzing finding alternate solutions to things. They kind of teach us life. That's why I kind of love the game of baseball. We're going to dive into that later. But then they implemented the adjustments. And when they implemented these adjustments and refinements, that's when they came up with new strategies. That's when they won Game 7. They actually I love the Heat, but they blew them out. They started communicating better with their teammates. They started doing the alignment. Everything was just good. So, but if they wouldn't have went back after Game 6, the ambulance didn't come out, remember, in Game 6, because they could have easily quit and lost Game 7. But Game 7, they had to adjust and refine their strategies, and that's a tactic. And they wouldn't have known that had they not measured things. They didn't take accountability. So these are, I liken it to basketball and sports. I wanted to share that, how that works. And then number 2 is you need to stay accountable. Everybody, every time in life, guys, you must stay accountable. You must take responsibility for every single thing, every action, every commitment, everything you do, because that's what's going to propel you towards your goals and objectives. You must first identify you're the problem. You must also identify that you might be the success, but you got to, this will actively ensure that you follow through on your commitments. You must stay accountable. In this society we live in, and we all tell you, we will blame other people for our circumstances. My mood is my mood. I will dictate. My mood is not caught. It might be help induced by somebody else, but if I allow that to become into emotion and ruin my mood, it's on me. It's not on anybody else. It doesn't matter what venom people give to you. It's how you respond to that venom. It's how you respond to things is what causes you. So you must take accountability for everything where you're at in life. If your business sucks, you got to look at yourself in the mirror. When I was doing dentistry, when I do dentistry, I look at things all the time. And I say, okay, what improvements what is my impact in this whole thing? What are the things that I need to change for this to happen? And I have progresses and systems in place over and over and over again, but I know that it's me. I'm the leader of my businesses. I'm the one that's going to make the changes. I'm the one that's got to stay accountable, because I can never ask somebody else to be accountable if I'm not accountable. Remember that. You can't ask for things from other people if you don't become accountable. So what do? How do you stay accountable? Set clear commitments. Clearly define your specific actions, tasks, or targets that you're accountable for, and communicate that with the relevant people involved. It could be I'll use my family. I'm truly commitment. Well, what does that say? 100% I believe even problems or disappointments that happen because we're being made ready for something. Absolutely. I love that what you just said. Problems and disappointments happen to get us ready for more. Just to touch on that, to dive in that a little bit deeper, and we're going to go back into commitments. A trunk cannot be strong in the ground without pressure and resistance. A trunk can never deepen its roots to be a better version of themselves without having pressure put on them. So it is the resistance, it is the pain, it is the pressure. It's actually the accountability piece that when you hold yourself accountable and get pushed and you come ahead, that's when you dominate. How does an addict, even in drugs, finally become clean? They admit there's a problem, and they admit they're the problem. It's not their circumstances. It's nothing like that. So, hey, love that, man. Thank you so much for the feedback on IG Live. I love that. Thank you for sharing. Keep it coming. But you must set clear commitments. I'm committed every single day to be the best version of myself every single day. It starts out with meditation. And then after meditation, I listen to some things to get my mind right. And then I come into my office and I got to get my mind right in there, and I stay consistent through my patients. Sometimes I fail, but I'm committed. I touch out to my kids, give them a text. I text my wife how much I love her. I do certain things, committing every single day to keep myself accountable and on track. I have papers upon papers of stuff that are all right here that I must do. I write in my goals. I do my things. So staying accountable is required to staying committed to whatever it is you have. Then you got to establish deadlines in your milestones. You must set specific deadlines and milestones for completing the task and achieving your targets. You have to. And this is going to hold yourself accountable even more. So many times we do not put a deadline to it. We are the king of procrastination, all of us. King and queens of procrastination. Put yourself a timeline. Deadline, it must be met. It must be met. Not I want to meet it, it must be met. Track your progress. Monitor your progress on a everyday basis. Where am I at? How am I doing? Am I falling off the track? Am I getting closer to, or am I getting further away? Remember that. Everything you do in life, if you have a goal or a target, you should be getting closer to. Whether you're studying or understanding, becoming a lab rat, is the steps I'm taking, are we closer to or further away? Keep records of all your accomplishments. I have journals all over the place. I have all these notebooks. Look at all these notebooks, guys. I'm an old school guy. I'm 50 years old. I write things down every single day. Hey, what did you like about today? Analyze. Do you ever go back on your day? Do you ever go back on your day, guys, and ever say, what did I like about today? Did I get closer to what task that I did? We talked about this. Okay, let's consider this as my Monday because it's Tuesday. We had a holiday. But Richie Dolan talks about all the time where you write the 20 things down that you want to do in a week. And then you highlight certain things, right? Your top 3. And then the 3 is what you want to get done today. When you finish a day, do you ever reflect and say, hey, how did I do today? How did I make any progress? Guys, even if it's fitness is easy, right? Fitness is easy. If you performed 8 calories right, the right diet that you wanted for whatever you're trying to obtain, and you worked out, you can kind of track, I worked out today. Then you have these little, watches that'll tell you how many calories you burned. So, but if you're looking at that, if you're not putting in the diet that you put the food you in, you can't track your calories. So everything you do to be successful, you must track because it's accountability piece. It's those that refuse to look at it and be objective are the ones that are going to fail. And communicate it. Communicate with everybody. Keep your stakeholders informed. Everybody that's involved of your progress and the challenges they're facing. Make any adjustments to your plans if needed, because when you communicate this to people, when you tell people what you're doing, when you tell people what they want, they've already been there. Maybe they've been there. If you're a dentist and you don't know how to run a multiple $7-figure practice and you need advice, hey man, you might want to talk to me. I've done it. I've been doing it for 2 decades. If you want to know how to get started in something, hey, find the people that are in the field you want and tell them, communicate with them. You'd be surprised of how many people that are, 1, are going to hold you accountable, but 2, are going to help you propel. Because like-minded people attract like-minded people. Remember that, right? And then you got to reflect and learn from setbacks. You must know that. Take responsibility from everything. Every setback you have, every failure, reflect on them and say, what could I do differently? How can you use these as opportunities for learning and improvement? Staying accountable, fostering trust, maintaining credibility, demonstrating reliability, and working towards your goals. It helps you maintain focus, motivation, and discipline, and ensures that you're actually taking ownership of all your shit. Like, own all your shit. Okay, guys, here's the reality. I own Crumble Cookies, and today I did a payroll, and I looked at payroll, and this is the end of the month, so I'm looking at my P&L, and I'm looking at my balance sheets, I'm looking at everything, and I'm trying to figure out, okay, what metrics, what changes must I make? So I talked to the people involved. I'm the CEO of the company. I talked to my wife, who's the COO, obviously. And then I talked to the regional managers and everyone involved. I'm like, hey, we got to make these changes. Here's what I see. Here's our trends. Here's what's going on. But it's the data and it's KPI and the tracking that allows me to make these decisions. You don't have to be the smartest person in the room. You got to look at the data. The data don't lie. I always say we are emotionally driven people, but what are the facts? If your bank account sucks, what are the facts? Do you overspend? Do you know how to save? Do you know how to, what do you do? Are those facts? You need to look at that. But in business, I have percentages that I want to fall under. So when I look at P&Ls and balance sheets, and this is where people fail all the time in business, look at the truth. What do they say? This house is clean. The truth shall set you free, right? The numbers don't lie. Numbers don't lie. A scale doesn't lie. I didn't think I was 180 pounds. Well, the scale says you're 185. You're right. You weren't 180. You're 185. I'm kidding. Numbers don't lie. So when you understand how the numbers and you understand where you want to go, you can easily make adjustments. And that's what's going to hold you accountable. If you don't like what you're looking at every day, stay accountable. And then celebrate, guys. Thirdly, you got to celebrate milestones in your progress. When you are making that progress, when you are capturing those milestones, recognize it, celebrate it, do things, achievements. I mean, I was upset. I was watching Jimmy Butler, not to bother you the Heat game, but I watch people when they do something great. And Jimmy Butler for the Heat wins the Eastern Conference MVP of the tournament, and he's got no emotion. It was so bad, and all of his teammates were trying to celebrate with him, and it was so bad that I felt uncomfortable during the screen of watching this. I'm like, what the heck? He should be celebrating this. He should be celebrating with his team and making them feel good, because maybe this isn't the end goal for Jimmy Butler. He wants the championship, but you just accomplished something that was amazing. You won a game 7, celebrate the win, smile, show people the pearly whites, change your physiology, right? Identify the milestones and the progresses you truly make. Even if you said, I want to lose 20 pounds in 2 weeks, right? And you lost 10. Oh man, you're already, don't be bummed because you didn't lose 20. Say, what do I got to do to stay on the path? Lose 10 more pounds in the next 20 weeks. You still accomplish your goal. It might have taken longer. Celebrate the milestones. And create activities that like tricks your brain, like you've accomplished something great. So many times we're so good at saying what we do wrong. We're so good of saying what didn't work. We suck at celebrating success. We absolutely suck as humans of just acknowledging the greatness that we are and the steps we've actually taken, because we compare ourselves to other people. And at the end of the day, it's not about what other people do. It's how we feel. It's how much we feel in happiness. Right? So organize activities, events, commemorating people, throw the biggest party in the world. I'm about to have a graduation. My daughter's about to graduate high school. We're having a grad party. Why? Because it's a huge milestone. And it's so funny. We will celebrate for other people, but we won't celebrate it for ourselves. Share these achievements. Tell everybody what you accomplished, man. Communicate and share all the achievements and progress that you've made, to your team members, to all your supporters, to foster a sense of accomplishment and appreciation. Why do you want to do that? You do that because maybe you'll give them hope. Maybe by celebrating what you do is you're going to realize, man, you are really great. You're really good. And reflect on your journey. Always take time to reflect. Take time to reflect on the progress made, lessons learned, right? The effort invested to reach each milestone, how much it took. And then this will provide you the motivation. I can remember in dental school when my God, the amount of pain and turmoil you had to go through. And I reflect on it now. And somebody says to me, man, you work a lot. I said, you're right. Nothing like I did in dental school, though. When you accomplish things you never thought possible, when you find the energy to really knock it out of the park when you didn't think it was doable, man, it's going to give you so much confidence. You're going to see things in life that you never thought. By just reflecting on the journey, celebrate that. It's going to recharge you. It's going to refocus you. It's going to be the biggest difference in the world. It will be the biggest difference. When you celebrate milestones and your progress, it'll create a positive and motivational environment. It'll boost your morale. It'll foster a sense of accomplishment. It encourages you to continue to stay dedicated and committed. It literally will change your life, by celebrating this. And then we got a fourth, you got to stay flexible and resilient. If I knew what LNPPI was, I would respond, but I don't know what that means, but that's okay. Laugh, something, I don't know. But anyway, embrace change. Stay flexible and be resilient involves adaptability, having a resilient mindset, being open to change, effectively responding to challenges and setbacks in pursuit of your goals and objectives. Embrace change. So many times we want to stay comfortable in life, on IG, on YouTube, we're on these calls. So many times we just want to stay comfortable. People usually hate change. And that's why death is a big thing. They got a sudden change in their life, or they don't want to change a job, or they want to stay comfortable. Comfortable is death. Think about that. When you stay comfortable and you don't stretch, your death. Change is, you need change to grow. You need change to stretch, right? So embrace the change. Recognize that circumstances and requirements may evolve. To be open to adjusting plans, strategies, or whatever approach is needed. You must embrace the change. Embrace change to gain the freedom, right? Remember that. Embrace the change to avoid the suffering to gain the freedom. Just remember that saying, right? Cultivate resilience. Develop a resilient mindset. So many of us in life, we stay stuck. Be resilient. Bounce back no matter what happens. Use it as rocket fuel, as C-Rock would say. Use all your setbacks as rocket fuel. Learn from all your failures. And persevere in the face of challenges. If dental school was easy, guys, I failed tests in dental school. I had a $185,000 board test that I had to take. And if I failed, it wouldn't go well. I had all this stuff that I deal with. What's up, Kenny? I just saw you on the call, baby. What's happening? So you got to be resilient. You're going to have setbacks, because the setbacks are what's going to help you seek alternate solutions. Your setbacks and things and these challenges you have in life are just going to, when you're faced with these obstacles or roadblocks, are going to allow you to explore different perspectives. It's going to allow you to brainstorm and create different solutions, because now you have to change. Now that resiliency, that setback you have is going to force you to change. COVID did it to all of us. Now we're on Zoom calls doing stuff. You had to be forced to change sometimes and consider alternate paths to overcome them. That's what I love about setbacks or being resilient. Man, you could throw anything at me. I promise you. You could take away my money. You could take my life. I'm still going to win. I'm as resilient as hell. I think my buddies should call me the relentless dentist or resilient dentist. I don't know. Because I don't get caught up in it. It's a mindset. It's a belief system. and learn from all your experiences. Reflect on all of them. I see people all the time, maybe they have a bad relationship. Oh, that person was this or that person was that. But reflect on that. That taught you something. Maybe that relationship taught you what you don't want it to be. Maybe that relationship in business taught you who you don't want to be a partners with, but it taught you something. Don't hold a grudge. Don't be bitter. Be thankful. Be thankful that that setback came your way and learn from it. You only fail if you stop learning. When you stop moving and stop learning, that's when you fail. That's going to build success. Quit playing victim in this world we live in. It is nobody else's fault besides your fault. Don't play victim. Don't have the ambulance come out. Don't do that stuff. Apply these lessons and learn to improve your future literally approaches. Maintain focused, stay adaptable, balance staying focused in ultimate goals with remaining adaptable and open to adjusting strategies. I promise you. Take any tactics you need necessary, whatever means you got to do. When you stay flexible and when you're resilient, you can navigate through uncertainties that you never thought possible. You can overcome every obstacle. You can adapt to changing circumstances most effectively and professionally. It allows you to stay agile, maintain motivation. It allows you to push towards your goals and happiness. And then when you're faced with adversity, you've already been there. It's like, been there, done it. I'm going to overcome it again. Not worried about it. You're just resilient. And the last thing you must do, if you're going to check, you got to learn. You got to continue learning every single day. Continue honing your skills. Whether you're a dentist, you better get better every single day. That's what I love about continuing education in dentistry. There's 60 C's for a reason. You must always learn and continuously learn every single day to be the best for yourself. I don't care if it's how to be the better husband or a better father. Learn, stay learning, stay motivated, be deliberate, make deliberate efforts of learning something every single day, personal and professionally. If you're going to write something down, say, I must learn a new skill personally and professionally every single day. Put that in there. Embrace the growth mindset. You got to embrace the growth mindset. You got to adapt a mindset that you will never stop. One of the 6 human needs, the most important, there's 2 of them, growth and significance. You must grow every single day. That's why I hate people that will refuse to embrace change. Can't stand them. Because if you never want to change, you can never grow. You can never become better. You should adapt a mindset that I'm going to continuously learn. I'm going to change, even if I got to look at my belief system, my abilities. I'm going to develop all this dedication and effort just to have a growth mindset. I'm going to change the way I think. I'm going to seek knowledge and look at things from new perspectives. I'm going to actively pursue opportunities and expand myself in knowledge and understanding so that I can continue to grow, whether it's through reading, whether it's through research, whether it's attending workshops or seminars, engaging in meaningful discussions, which is underrated, by the way, whatever it is. And then reflect on your experiences. Regularly reflect on everything that you do. What were your successes? What were your setbacks? What can you do to change? What were maybe the failures? How do you identify the failures that you learned, and how can you improve in these areas? How do you set learning goals? Establish specific goals related to the acquired knowledge. I just told you, every single day you must learn something in business and professionally, period. Apply them. And then you got to apply it. That's the problem. We learn stuff, but we don't move. How do you get out of depression and anxiety? You move, man. You move. How did I quit an addiction of chewing tobacco for 17 years? I know it sounds crazy. A dentist doing chew tobacco, right? I quit. I learned new ways of coping. I worked out. Boom. Changed everything. I applied something new. When you engage in continuous learning, when you engage every single day to become the best version of yourself, you are an unstoppable force. That's the difference. Nobody puts in the time and effort. Nobody wants they want something to happen for them, but they're not willing to grind it out themselves and put in the time or effort. You must learn something every single day. You must learn what impacts you. You must learn what has set you back. You must be so accountable. You got to know yourself inside and out, because nobody else is going to take the time. You need to know why. Why are your patterns the same way? Learn something every day. Find somebody who does what you want to do and just become a lab rat. Just become a lab rat. You will dominate this thing in life. It's the 100-hour rule. Spend 100 hours in something, you become the top 10% in the world. 100 hours. Man, 100 hours, we can get that done if you really wanted to in a week. When you track your changes, when you really track what you want to happen for your personally and professionally. This is going to allow you to refine all your strategies. It's going to stay accountable. You're going to celebrate the milestones. You're going to remain flexible. You're going to be resilient. It's going to engage you in continuously learning. It's going to give you the confidence. It's going to transform your journey. It's going to give you all these little things that nobody else can give you. It's going to give you the principles in your lives. It's going to empower you to create lasting transformations and achieve your goals, and in fostering progress and adaptability and continuous improvement. Literally, your life will be changed. Change is the most dynamic process. You got to embrace change. It's not a straight path. It's not a straight line. Embrace the growth and learn from your setbacks and challenges. I beg you, embrace everything. Stay committed to holding yourself accountable and celebrate your progress. Keep a flexible and resilient mindset. I can't repeat that over again. Dude, have a great mindset, growth mindset, be resilient, be flexible, adapt to changes, seek alternative solutions, look at different ways. It's not your way. It could be somebody else's way. Never stop learning to becoming and improving who you are to have your full potential. Never stop. If I'm done and gone, never stop. Write down your goals in the planner and share in the progress. If you on the call, put something at the info of the Dentist CEO. Tell me how I can help you. Tell me how these calls are making a difference. I know they are, because you're on every Tuesday. I know the people online watching. I know these calls make a difference. And if they don't make a difference in my life, damn it, they better make a difference in yours. And you are sure making a difference in mine. You allow me to be the best version of myself. You hold me accountable by going on these calls every Tuesday. You are literally the reason what keeps me motivated and driving. So I thank you all from the bottom of my heart. And if these calls are making any positive change in your life, tell me. I'm excited to hear about every feedback you might have at the info at thedentistco.com. Tell me, share the impact of these conversations with me. And come next week, guys, this is what we all need. This is what's driving us to it. How do you get more in life, right? More money, more omnipresence, more results, more entrepreneurship, whatever it is. How do you manage your money? I don't know, just with a thumbs up when you want to know how to do that. Because trust me, I'm doing the same thing. I'm learning from the best of the best. I'm learning from people that have already been there and done it, because I told you my upbringing sucked at managing money. I know how to spend it. I knew how to spend it. We all know how to spend it. Remember, Parkinson's law says your expenses always rise to meet your income. And I'm going to show you next week how to truly manage your money and how to make your money work for you. Guys, with the bottom of my heart, much love. We'll talk soon. IG World, LinkedIn, Facebook. Peace out. Talk soon, guys. Have a great day.